the kids to bed, dad's home. We are the dWo podcast, representing the dad world order. I am the pretty face papa, Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. With me, as always, the rest of the dad wolf pack. He is the big bad bearded daddy. He is Big Rig Eric Murphy.
There it is. Honk if you hear me.
Yeah.
He is the perpetual Mig Carter and the two-time world record holding. He is the wrestling t-shirt guy, Cephas.
How you doing, y'all? How you doing? You know what I mean?
Bada
How you
bing,
doing?
bada boom.
Bada boom, realest dads in the room. You know?
Realest dads in the room.
Yeah. How you doing?
How the heck you doing?
Yeah. How the heck are you?
Based on the graphic, you can say hey, it's Silver Tongue Skywalker. You know what I'm saying?
Smack Talker Skywalker, and I got a microphone for a lightsaber. How you doing? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. What's going on, everybody? Haven't had a wrestle talk in a while.
Yeah, well, we had, sadly, a reschedule tonight. We're supposed to have diehard Tom McLean on tonight. However, he was unexpectedly called into a shift at work. And as you know, for those of you who actually don't know, he works for one Jimmy Wang Yang, who owns Jimmy's Redneck Party Bus. And Tom McLean works for him there, and they had to do a party tonight. So he was unable to make it, but he will be back on in the future. We're working on rescheduling him right now for October.
Oh, yeah. I was looking forward to that. Looking forward to that graphic.
Oh, yeah, we can still use it. No worries. It's just going to...
I'll save that one.
Yeah, we're going to have to save it.
Speaking of guests and stuff, are we allowed to
yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. That's a perfect thing to do. So, how are we going to... We got to do it special somehow, right? So, we're about to announce...
I want to tell people, man.
Our biggest guest ever. Biggest guest ever. And maybe we should tell the story first of how we booked them. And then that way it'll tell people, you know, the benefit of being nice. We'll just put it that way.
So yet another reason Wrestling Revolver is the shit. Go ahead and say hi, Em.
Hi. Hi, kiddo.
Go watch your show. I'll be down in a little bit.
Hi, other kiddo.
Right.
His kiddo.
It really does feel like that now. It was real quick, funny story. I was playing Destiny last night with a couple of my buddies, and when I was saying something, I can't remember what it was, but she was like, "Why did you just say that to Cephas?" Like it was something like I wouldn't like normally say to you, and I was like, "I'm not playing with Cephas." She's like, "Why not?"
Aw.
Yeah.
She's just so used to us playing Fortnite and stuff. So
yeah.
I think that's a reason for Cephas to get back into Destiny. Anyway.
I've technically never played Destiny 2. Destiny 1 pissed me off so much.
Is it cross-platform now?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. But anyways.
That's right. Yeah. Anyways.
Back to the story.
Back to the story. Give me 1 second.
Back to the story. Hold on a minute. Well, you know what? We can start the story. Basically, we whenever we go to any type of event,
God, he left.
He left, literally. Either way. But anyways, when we go to an event, we're extremely nice to everyone we meet because you never know who's, who might benefit you in the future, you know what I mean? And plus, it's just fucking human kindness to be kind, So we've made friends with generally anyone and everyone that we can, and that also includes the people who sell the merch for Pro Wrestling Revolver. And one of those people, she happens to have also, we follow each other all on social media, and one thing led to another, and we kept booking really cool people, and we ended up, like we've told you guys before, in the meet and greet line, which was, first off, super awesome. In between Crash Jackson, Jessica, Masha Slamovich, Matt Cardona. I mean, you talk about a bucket list, dude. That was a That was a really cool thing.
Unreal.
Signed our first autograph as a trio. I mean, I know we talked about it before, but it was a really cool moment.
Yeah, it's cool every time we bring it up. So
Sorry about that.
You're good. But I kind of, I don't know if you heard me, but I kind of told a little bit. But the lady that we were nice to, Big Rig, if you'd like to take over.
Yeah. So, just like meeting people at wrestling events, and you become friendly with people at wrestling events. And the wonderful Brittany, who I ended up followed each other on social media. She followed our podcast page and everything, and ended up talking one day, and I saw her page, and like the third post down was, "Oh, happy Father's Day." I'm like, "Oh, cool." And then I look at it, and I'm like, "That's Al Snow."
Yeah.
And I had to message her and be like, why didn't you tell me Al Snow was your dad? And she was like, I don't know. I guess it just never really got brought up. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And kind of just talked about how he would, definitely be a dream guest for us, and how we would love to have her on, even if she wants to come on and tell stories and things like that. And she was like, oh, well, give me 5 minutes. I'll text him. And within 5 minutes, she was like, here's his email. Let him know I sent you. And
we emailed him, and he fucking said yes, guys.
Yeah.
September 21st at 8:00 p.m. Be here live on the dWo podcast as we interview the ever amazing, head swinging, OVW running, jobbing 1, 2, 3, collecting paycheck, Leaf Cassidy, the man, Al Snow, man. I can't, like, I don't know if I've told you guys this yet, but when I was in, I want to say 3rd or 4th grade, I'm not quite sure. I lived in Botkins, Ohio, and he came. I think it was after school, or it was at Boys Club and Girls Club, one or the other. But he came, and he just came and spoke to a bunch of us. And as a kid, I think it might have been one of the first wrestlers I met, and it was really cool. So for it to come full circle for me is so, like, I can't believe we're going to interview Al Snow, man.
It's wild. And it's kind of cool because, like, I'm telling friends of mine that, like, know about professional wrestling, but they're not really familiar with, like, the indie scene and stuff. But I'm like, hey, we just booked Al Snow. And they're like, whoa. Like, they know who Al Snow is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's going to be awesome because we're literally talking to him a week after the documentary comes out on Netflix, Wrestlers, which is coming out September 3rd.
13th, yes.
Yep.
We tried to get him on the 14th, but that just couldn't happen.
Well, I mean, hey.
You had to ask.
Yeah.
It gives us to watch it, and, I'm sure we'll have more questions than we can count for him, but it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah. We don't have any graphics made yet, but I would imagine that we're going to promote the hell out of this one. So we get that graphic made as soon as possible. I'm probably going to run a paid ad for it to try to get people to tune in.
Oh, for sure.
That's probably really
we
good.
Started brainstorming an idea. Now I can get in the lab and start.
Yeah. I think you kind of get my idea of what I'm saying with that one. I feel like it'd just be like him, like, looking from the side, like, which one will I use today?
I'm almost thinking, like, I'll tell you off.
Yeah, we got to keep it a secret.
But
what's up, Steve Jordan?
Hey, Steve Jordan.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
How the heck are you?
How the heck are you? But yeah, dude, gosh. I'm so excited for this.
A good lesson from this is, 1, never be afraid to ask, because you never know. And 2, be nice to people.
I think we owe at some point, we should probably reach out to him and reschedule a second meeting and have another episode sometime in the future with Brendan from Master Talk, because I mean, he really kind of gave us the drive to ask a lot of people, and look how many people have said yes that we never expected.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think he proved himself in a way. You know what I mean? He came on, he challenged us. You know, not everyone said yes, but out of the 50 I sent, I think 7 total. I mean, like, Ben Chimera was in my list. You know what I mean? He was one of them. And Ben Chimera is eternally a heel when you go see him live. So, not that he's not a nice person outside the ring, because he's a fucking doll baby. I love that dude. But
total sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. But out in the ring, he's intimidating as fuck. So you know what I mean? There was a part of me that wondered,
That's a big dude.
Is Ben Chimera going to answer this? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So
I like that you're like, I don't know if you can use that picture, man.
I didn't know if he would be down, man. You know?
Oh, we're using it. He's got kitties.
That was
his big scary ass has 2 little kitty cats in his hand.
That was at the start of our goofy thumbnails. So at this point, it's expected. Back then, it was like brand new. So I didn't want to offend him, but as soon as I sent it to him, he was like, "Yes." Like, he's like, "Go ahead." I
absolutely love like what comes of just, hey, throw me an idea for this, and just the most. You guys just throw out the most random shit. And
I literally just opened my phone.
And just bringing it to life is such a joy to me. You guys have no idea.
Yeah, I can tell in the way in which, like, that you respond yourself to it. Like, you do it with a quickness sometimes, and I mean, like, just bloom, bloom. We'll have a podcast. We'll have a podcast Tuesday, and you'll have that shit done Monday morning. Like, look at this. This is hilarious.
You know when I'm excited because it gets shared like halfway through the design.
Yeah. Yeah. Specifically tonight.
The
second you put Big Rig's face on Chewy, we had to see it.
It worked, man. It worked out. I don't know why though. Chewy with glasses just kind of makes sense to me. Like I feel like he'd be the Wookiee that would wear glasses.
I feel like that could be an accurately easy way to age him.
Yeah. Pop some glasses on him for sure.
Has a little walking cane. Because a guy that big, his knees are gonna give out. You know, his father time takes over.
He's just basically a big ass dog. You know what I mean? So
he's a good boy.
I'm your good boy.
He's not a Doug, that's for sure.
How excited are you, Eric, that you'll have room for your legs in this particular trip?
I'm pretty pumped if I'm being honest. You know what? Not even so much my legs, just being able to hold my head up straight is gonna. That's gonna be real cool.
So, guys, I gotta bring up in the show what I did to myself today. So, my wife, we're using my wife's van. My car has some couple issues.
What up, Dave?
What up, Dave? And we're using my wife's van to drive to Iowa, and she messaged me and she told me that the van had went and got an oil change and everything was checked out and it was good to go. So I instantly screenshotted that and I sent it to the guys. What I didn't realize was the screenshot that I kind of struck it down a little bit so it didn't have our whole message thread. But the 3 messages that I sent them in a screenshot was said, "Can we do it later?" Then my wife replied, "Yeah." And then then it was the van is okay, blah, 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 blah. But it looked like I was being suggestive. But no, I asked specifically if we could trade the car in later. But I just sent that to my wife. She's like, "Oh, shit." I was like, "I'm embarrassed. Look what I did."
Specifically looked like we're scheduling this for later.
Yeah. Got the calendar.
This comment right here, Dave, makes me just want to say one thing. Who better than Canyon? Who better?
Who better?
Who better than Canyon? You know what I mean?
Dudes.
Love you, buddy.
Actually, I want to shout this out real quick. If you guys get a chance, check out Pro Wrestling Podcast on Instagram. He currently has a GoFundMe going, trying to help him out. Is having a rough go of it right now with work. If you can give, please do it. He's an awesome guy and he deserves it. So go do that, please and thank you.
I got 5 on it.
I know you got 5 on it.
PWP. I got 5 on it. The homie DAVNE. I'm sorry, guys.
So, boys, I want to talk about something here real quick.
Yeah. It's a dad remix.
That's right.
I got 5 on the table.
Because I'm wearing this shirt right now. Top Guys, FTR. You guys know how I feel about them. I really would like to talk about their match that happened at All In with the Young Bucks, and which might be one of my favorite tag matches ever, and that's saying a lot considering the tag matches they've had. But I feel like everything about that match was just so GD smooth, and the storytelling to it, and just the finish was so good, and it made me so happy. What were your thoughts?
Man, FTR have proven time and time again that they are the greatest tag team of all time, I think. It's rough to say that too, man, because we live in a world that had the Hardys, the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. Hello, we hear kiddo la 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 la. Oh, the advantage of a dad podcast. But anyways, we live in a world that has some of the greatest tag teams ever, and the fact that I think that FTR is above all of them should say something. That's a rare distinction to give to somebody that just have been only in my existence for the last 10 years or so.
Right.
So I mean that's saying a lot. They perform consistently, nonstop, everywhere they go, and that's taking nothing away from the Young Bucks, because the Young Bucks absolutely are the other part to that match that makes it such a great match, and they deserve all the respect too. But I think that there is something with FTR that the Young Bucks don't have, and it's a grit. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's almost like these fuckers shave with the dry shave razor or something. You know what I mean? Like they dry shave for fun.
They're a little. I think they're a little more relatable for us. They're the blue collar guys out there. You know, they're not all 6-pack ripped up. Although Cash looks like $1 million, but you know what I mean. They're just. I mean, Dax looks like my dad when he was 35. You know, so.
Dax's mom followed us on Twitter.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Young Bucks were absolutely. I think every one of theirs has been. Every one of their matches has been fantastic, and that's not even to me. That's not even taking away from the trilogy that they had with the Briscoes and Ring of Honor. I think they're two. I don't even think you can really compare the two because they were such completely different styles of tag match, and I love that we got both of them. You know, sometimes you only get one really good trilogy. FTR's got, you know, those they got the one their matches with DIY and NXT. Like,
oh yeah,
awesome.
They click together so fucking well, man. Like I said, and that's not like when I say I think that they're a better tag team than the Hardys. That's not me thinking anything negative about the Hardys, but the Hardys are a different team. You know what I mean? We haven't seen, you know, much dissension between FTR because they are a fucking solid tag team unit, and they have been telling that solid story forever, even with the fucking Uzi spray.
Yeah.
They still, I don't know. There's a level of respect to them, and I think that it shines, man. And that was such a fucking great match. I was going into Wembley, not negative Nancy, but I wasn't hype Harold, whatever the fuck I'm going with here. I
get it.
I was not super hyped for anything but MJF versus Adam Cole, which we're definitely going to get to, but there were quite a few matches that really stood out to me, man. That was one of them.
Well, speaking of that, what you guys? Sorry, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
FTR and Bucks. I mean, I really just false finishes. I mean,
and they do them well.
Yeah,
It's
and,
not
like, sell you a
overdone.
ticket every damn time. You're on
Yep.
the edge of your seat, and they're doing each other's finishers. And just to add on to what you guys
Absolutely.
said about FTR is just to me that I love the Young Bucks a lot, but they just I don't want to call them a one-trick pony, but they just seem that it's the same kind of certain set of moves where FTR seems a little more versatile to where
Mm-hmm.
they match up, in these situations better with a lot of teams. FTR seems to be the nucleus of all these. It's
Yeah.
as a great dance partner for
Absolutely.
indeed.
I think Steve Jordan's comment here is kind of points out exactly what I mean by this.
Mhm.
Hardys are great, but they are different total style. They are a flashy tag team. This is a solid catch as catch can. It's like two Dean Malenkos out there. You know what I mean? Two Dean
Yeah.
Malenkos
That's a great comparison.
that are
Yeah.
fucking rough. You know what I mean? Like, and I like that a lot. Like, I know for a fact when they hit a clothesline, whoever they hit feels that fucking clothesline.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And not that I need my guys to really, really lay it in, but FTR lays it in such a way that is super believable, and at the same time, they take care of their guys.
And I love. Go ahead.
Malenko Benoit
Yes,
kind of tag
Yeah.
team.
yes,
Yeah.
Just hard nosed, gritty.
that's
Yeah,
what I like about
yeah.
them, and that's kind of my favorite. When you talk about like actiony wrestler, that's what I want. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I want something like that.
And I'm a sucker for a really good hot tag. Like I don't just want it to be, oh, hot tag, come in with a clothesline, whatever. Dax comes in and just starts hitting those jabs, and it's just, it fires me up every time, dude.
Yeah.
Every time. It's like the Samoa Joe jabs. Just,
Yes.
I love it.
So, we've touched on that. I want to touch on a match I think that kind of surprised me with how quick it was. But at the same time, what an absolute badass performance from Hook.
Yeah.
I do want to say one negative thing about it though. Okay. And it has nothing to do with the match. It's Hook's hair. Where the fuck is his big hair at? Stop! I want big hair, Hook. I want your shit out to here, dude. I want you to look like like you haven't combed your hair in 7 years.
It looked a little too groomed.
You look a little too clean, bud.
I want the Hook that looks like he just woke up from a nap and came out to the ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess I got to do this.
Finished a bag of purple Doritos.
Yeah.
It's got Taki dust on his. Oh shit! Yeah.
What?
Pokes Jungle Boy in the eye. Oh God!
Yes.
It's chili lime cayenne.
Oh fuck! Hit him with the dinamites.
Aye.
Dude, that would be a really I could see Hook doing that like down the road as he progresses. Is like you can tell like there's certain things where he's still young.
Yeah.
And like as he grows into his character, I could see him doing something like that in a match, like just pulling out a bag of chips and sitting there eating it, and they're like flaming hot Doritos or something, and then he just hits
Think
him
of
with the
what this
eye poke.
kid could. Just think of what he could develop into, man. I mean, if The Rock came out of Rocky Maivia, you know what I mean, and Hook in this initial run of his and his initial character is total badass. But how can you not be? You're the son of Taz, for Christ's sakes.
I was talking about this actually with my buddy at work today, just specifically about Hook. But I made a similar comment, but different. I want to see him go chicken shit heel. I want to see him be like just, I don't know, use his dad's name on you know what I mean? Like I'm the son of Taz. I almost want him to be like Richie Rich, the wrestler. You know what I mean? Like I'm better than you. Like I don't know. Like but in a
someone already does that.
But I don't want it to be. I want it to be like Raven in a way. You know what I mean? Why not me? You know what I mean? I'm almost stuck up rich kid in a way.
Yeah,
but sad at the same time. I feel like he's got this level of dark with him that I feel like he could be a depressed character and play it well. You know. Listen to this.
Yeah, I need to
Real glass.
I didn't know you were a fan of Justin Timberlake.
I feel like his talking style works now with his character, but I would like to see him eventually cut a promo
Yeah,
that's longer than a sentence.
I think they're working. They've got to be working on that, man, because they
I would
know
imagine
coming at some point. We need to hear from you.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, how often did we hear from his dad before?
Right.
Survive if I let you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Escape if you can, or whatever the hell he said.
God, Taz was awesome. He is awesome, I should say. Just awesome. Mike, was there any match in particular that stood out to you?
I really appreciated the way the women's four-way played out.
Yeah,
It was cool.
I mean, it kind of played out the way I expected, but to see it all kind of go down, I like the kind of introduction of Chris Statlander into the Outcast world, if we say.
yeah.
That was a cool little side note from that match. But finally seeing Tony and Saraya and the subsequent matches that are going to come from that, I think are going to be really, really good for all of us fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I really liked the finish in where, because in a lot of four ways you just see, oh, here's the finish, and the other two are like laying on the outside or something. The fact that Sheeta and
trying to
Britt
get it,
were trying to get that pin, and then Saraya comes in, it worked so well.
And the
really cool moment.
Yeah, the complaint that I seen though was that it was predictable. I think it's okay to have predictable.
It is.
I like seeing somebody win in their hometown. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that all the time. You know what I mean? But when we work to something like this, I feel like that was absolute. Yeah, okay, it was predictable. Like when Daniel Bryan won at WrestleMania, everyone knew they weren't going to let him lose. You know what I mean? Everyone knew Saraya was going to win, but it was so awesome to ride that wave.
She still got. I mean, that pop was enormous.
Yes,
her mom.
Oh,
yeah,
her whole family.
That was
also
so cool.
I want to put over Tony Storm. Her doing the disheveled movie star from the
the 20s,
60s or 50s, whatever. I love it.
Yes,
she's so good.
Shoe throwing, everything.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what the craziest thing is what's going to be going down 48 hours from now. I just have to throw that out there. I know we're completely sidetracked us from what we're talking about, but I just can't get over the fact that in 48 hours, we will be in Iowa.
Yeah, dude. I'm so pumped.
Mm-hmm. We'll be actually watching wrestling this time 48 hours from right
now. Yeah, dude. That stomp.
God.
I loved that. It got her up in that submission. And
how'd that go again?
Look at that. Dave didn't think she was going to win. I mean, there were a lot of people that said, like, I mean, yeah, it's predictable, but I don't know. I think it would have been different if Jamie Hayter was healthy.
Yeah. I'd like to know what the original plan was. I would have liked to know what the original
everything for a loop.
Yeah, the original idea board for this, pay-per-view.
Yeah.
What it was initially supposed to be.
Rock and roll.
Walk and roll.
Yes, indeed, Steve Jordan. Tony Storm is attractive. This Saturday, I'll be working a wrestling show here in New Jersey with SWF. Awesome.
Hell yeah. I'm not familiar with SWF, but I'm definitely going to Google them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? That's how you spread your word.
Jersey's got all kinds of great wrestling. Our good friends, the stepdads from that area.
Yeah, we'll have to ask them if they've ever wrestled there. That'd be pretty cool. So what do you guys think of Better Than You Bebe winning the ROH tag titles?
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Dude, let's just go ahead and go into this whole story. How fucking masterful is this? We are seeing a face turn from MJF that is so well written, and he's never let his guard down this whole time he's been here, and he's finally starting to let his guard down, and he's finally starting to get a friend, and he's finally starting to see why people care for other people, and he's changing at his core. And what's even cooler is that we see the layers, okay, of Adam Cole almost turning that page. And when he does, when that inevitability does happen, it's going to break MJF.
Yes.
And it's going to hurt him in such a way that it is going to create a motherfucking monster.
I hated it. I hated it. Okay, Dave. No, I totally agree with that, dude. Like that at the end. So I know we were just talking about them winning the titles, but at the end of the main event, when Cole was like, kind of throwing a fit and threw the belt away, MJF had me so sucked in and believing that he felt exactly. He's like, you piece of shit, you never fucking cared about me, whatever.
Yeah,
dude, it was riveting. Like you could tell that came from a place of reality for him.
And bro, it's bloodline levels of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There are very few wrestling stories right now that I'm just like, ooh, that is one of them. And they have built so well on it, man. And I'm gonna be honest, you guys, like I told you this 6 months ago when I first came on the show. I've not been the biggest fan of Adam Cole, okay? And I've not been a Cole hater, but I'm definitely not a coal miner. You know what I mean? I'm not super big into him. But this story has gained so much respect for him as a talent. I think I'm a fucking Adam Cole fan now.
Yeah.
And that's fucking the best thing about all of it.
I liked him as the leader of the Undisputed Era.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that NXT run. But yeah, him coming to AEW to me, I was kind of meh without the whole group.
I knew how big of a deal it was.
Yeah,
because I knew how high the wrestling community as a whole was on him. So like him showing up was like, whoa, and he was a big Triple H guy. So everybody was like, oh, he's going to stay in WWE. So he showed up and it was like, oh, wow. But I'm definitely the same way. Like even when he had an Undisputed Era, I was still like, I didn't get what was so great about him. Like, yeah, he was a good heel.
Thank
but
you.
I wasn't on board, but this has been awesome.
They pulled off the kangaroo kick.
Oh my god, that place went nuts.
MJF tweets about kangaroo kicks and something. He's like, those will be the days. He's talking about telling his kids about it or some shit.
Yeah, Dave was there when he debuted. Yeah, I remember that pop. I remember watching All Out and hearing Adam Cole on the screen, and that place went ballistic.
I think a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people blame it on his body. It's not a body thing for me by any means. I don't care what you look like. You could be James Ellsworth body, but if you entertain me, that's great. You know what I mean? And I don't think that I found him unentertaining. I just didn't get hooked. You know what I mean? I don't know. But now I am. Now I'm an Adam Cole, a baby fan.
I also, another thing that did it for me in that main event was him coming out in the Handsome Jack Borderlands gear.
Oh, I love Borderlands so much.
I do too. And seeing the AC in the V, it was so good.
Yeah. Man, that was an excellent main event. Yeah. I thought they were going to swerve us with some kind of bullshit with that fucking timeout bullshit or whatever. Five more minutes was instantly made me think, oh no, they're gonna fucking take this some other weird way. But when MJF came out and said, no, we're gonna fight this motherfucker till it's over, and I was like,
yeah,
yes.
I love that. I loved him getting on that mic. We're going until we got a winner in fucking Wembley.
Yeah,
just
so good.
Again, a part of that turn you talked about, because old MJF would have been like,
see ya,
taking the Triple B and running, baby.
Yeah. And I love that that's still there, though. He's still kind of a cock, but he's also like, he's a nice cock.
He's your scumbag.
He's our scumbag.
Yeah, he's our scumbag. God damn it.
It was going to be Man-2.
God damn it. Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Go stand in the corner. It's inappropriate. We're 3 dads here. We have to punish you now.
You're in timeout.
We're in timeout.
But yeah, it was not the ending I was expecting.
No.
And that's where that was one of those that unpredictable was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't think that happening that way, like if I would have thought about that in my head, I've been like, that's dumb. But the way it happened, I was just like, yeah, I'm in. That's
but
awesome.
look at the masterpiece that they have brewing though.
Yep.
We have so much positive heat, good guy heat on these guys, but there's that level of who's going to do it. Is it going to be MJF? Is it going to be? I am thoroughly convinced that it has to be Adam Cole that does the turn. And it has to be dastardly as fuck. And he's got to break MJF's fucking heart. And then at that point, MJF will be so fucking face that there will be he is going to be superhero face, dog. He's going to be come out there white hot. John Moxley when he came to AEW white hot. Like, he's going to be on fucking fire. I mean, you know, a lot of people say, oh, he's what do you call it? Already re-signed and the bidding war is already over. Bro, if it is, whenever he does need to re-sign again or whatever the case is, bro, he is the hottest thing on the fuck. He's going to get millions and millions and millions with his next deal.
Yep. And he's one of those guys that's just like, I love when he's on screen because I know he's going to be entertaining every single time, no matter what he's doing.
Yeah.
The night he came out and did the whole like Luis Primo like song and
bro, that was so
loved
good.
it. Was that the when he sang "Pennies from Heaven"? The Sinatra.
Yes,
in
that's
Long
Luis
Island.
Primo.
Oh
So,
yeah, right.
Did you catch? I don't know if the commentators talked about this or if this was something that I read about earlier, but the first ever match ever for All In was MJF. And then 5 years later, All In at Wembley, and he's the main event.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that 5-year progress, dude.
I think he said that actually too.
Yeah.
Did he say that?
Mm-hmm.
That might be
Also,
that might be where I saw it. I knew somebody talked about it.
if nobody watched the media scrum afterwards, you want to talk about a guy that is, I think, on the very cusp of being a locker room leader for them. Like, he was so good at staying in character at the same time of putting over the company and putting over other wrestlers.
Yeah.
And just it was surreal. Like, he was still MJF, like, no, talk about me, I'm the best, but at the same time was able to say, like, you know, like, I think somebody asked, like, oh, are you ever going to do an event in Mexico? And he's like, I want to go to Aztec Stadium so bad. Like, just all this different stuff. And you can tell how much he loves this shit. And I love it. It's awesome.
Speaking of putting people over, did you guys see Matt Jackson's tweets?
Yes, I was going to say that before.
That was really cool.
That was really cool. I love seeing that. I don't care who you are. Anytime you're giving another wrestler props, that's exactly what the fuck you need, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from those, you know, the Bucks and Kenny and all them have been always so heavily criticized because they're like, oh, they just put themselves over and all the time and matches and everything else. And it's like, dude, they know that, yeah, they may have been the ones to, you know, start AEW, but they didn't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
I was glad to see that side of them because it does show a little bit of another side.
He's a face and a heel. Feel if you
He's a feel.
God love you, Dave.
Or a Haze.
Yeah.
Talk about canned heat, man. We don't know exactly which way this shit's gonna explode, but
I think the kingdom element is interesting also.
I mean, Dave, are you surprised though?
Dave, buddy, you ready for this? You're gonna hate me on this one. The only thing I really found entertaining about that whole match was when he threw him through the table. I thought that was pretty cool looking. when he kind of swung him into the table. Okay.
I mean, if I'm being honest, like if I had to pick one of the two, I would say that I'm a bigger Samoa Joe fan than I am a Punk fan.
Yeah.
And that's not like, take all the backstage shit out of it. Like wrestler to wrestler, I just prefer Joe. I love everything Joe's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed the match. I really did. But it was definitely one of the like lower ones on the card
And
for me.
that's so sad, man, because Joe and Punk, he said, you better not
Hey,
unsubscribe. In fact, anyone who's listening that isn't subscribed, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, go to youtube.com/DWO podcast. Is that how DW_podcast?
you know what?
And,
I will.
Now you're grounded, mister.
I will
Grounded.
put over Punk and say that he is still a genuine human being, and he helped Dave out in a very big way.
Yeah,
and that's all I'll say.
Yeah, but I just because I didn't particularly care about that match does not mean that I am not a fan of CM Punk. I just wasn't a fan of that match. So, what up, our buddy James? How you doing, buddy? We need to get you scheduled on the show, man. This is somebody who's wrestled Charles Colton
Colton.
like a gazillion times. So we
Not to be
definitely
confused with Colton Charles.
yeah. I about fucking said it wrong. I about said his real name. That is fucking real gimmick.
Whoopsie.
So what do you guys think of this All Out card coming up?
Uncle Punk. I listen. I could be wrong, but I think this is an extremely risky thing to do. But it might become the coolest thing they've ever done.
Yeah,
a pay-per-view followed by a pay-per-view, a week apart. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? I think that Kenny Omega,
Takeshita.
and yeah, that's going to be, and they're building towards great shit automatically and pretty quick. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying seeing it. So.
Well, I mean, with the roster as big as they have and as many stars as they have, I don't see why they can't do it. But, it's hard to... For me, it's like it just feels as big of an event as they put on week to week. Dynamite. I mean, there's dream matches on Collision. There's dream matches on Dynamite. Yeah. So without all the stories and stuff like that, some of that's gonna feel like it was just a weekly show. But what you've done with building off of things from All In. You had the Ruby Soho, Chris Statlander angle. You had this continuation of, like you said, the Omega Takeshita feud. Now we're finally getting that one-on-one. So that's kind of a nice little bright spot in that pay-per-view.
It's still.
But are you going to have either one of your world champions, the real champ or the Triple B holder on the card?
Yeah, I don't. It's going to be interesting. I like that. We officially had shows with CM Punk and the Young Bucks and Omega on the same card, so we know that they can at least coexist in the same building.
Mm-hmm.
At least a little bit. So I almost feel like we're getting worked like a motherfucker right now, and they're all friends again already.
I hope so.
I really do. I really hope they're just working towards a really long build. We'll have to see, I guess.
I don't know. We'll see.
I still can't believe that. I mean, I guess I can believe, but because of MJF being so entrenched with the Adam Cole story, that he hasn't yet to address CM Punk with the other title.
Yeah.
The real title.
I feel like whenever he does, he's gonna be like, I would have addressed this earlier, but I don't even watch Collision.
Right.
Yeah. That's totally what he's gonna say, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still excited for some of the matches coming up. I mean, Young Bucks and FTR teaming up against Bullet Club Gold. That's going to be a fun match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stat and Ruby, that'll be good. Miro and Hobbs, can't wait to see those big meaty men slapping meat.
Miro and Hobbs is going to be nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's a risk they took. We'll see if it pays off. There is a potential that we're going to see Ricky Starks versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a strap match. So that's a thing.
That's a thing.
Ricky versus Ricky.
I feel like it's good because he's challenging him on Saturday, correct?
I'm not
to the strap match. Apparently, Ricky Starks is challenging Ricky Steamboat to a strap match on Saturday.
I hope he accepts.
I mean, hey, if Ricky the Dragon Steamboat accepts, more power to him, bud.
Bro, he fucking killed it versus Jericho in WrestleMania 25.
Hey, you know what, Dave? I don't think any of us really are, but I'm still going to watch it.
It's a thing now.
It's a thing now.
I think it's hard to be because it'd have been one thing if they would have built both pay-per-views at the same time, but they didn't. You know, everything's being built in a matter of a couple days.
Yeah.
And I mean, like the FTR and Young Bucks versus Bullet Club Gold was done on a backstage promo, you know?
I have it. It's like Thanksgiving leftovers.
Yeah, it really is. It's still good, but some shit's not good reheated though.
But just
some shit loses a lot of moisture when you reheat it. So, you know,
Ricky Starks versus Ricky Steamboat with Rick Knox as ref.
And Ricky Bobby commentating.
Rick Abani.
No, just bring in Rick Ross and let him commentate it. Just make it completely ridiculous.
That's a big motherfucker right there.
Yeah.
He'll get a cuss word on TV.
Yeah. Accusations.
That was so entertaining.
That was so good.
I kind of feel this, but speaking of TK, definitely going to use this comment as a segue. What you sent me earlier has me hyped as fuck for Revolver.
Yup.
Oh man, I don't know exactly what was Fightful Select, wasn't it?
It was the media call for All Out. They always do a media call before the pay-per-views, and TK actually talked about the upcoming Revolver Women's Grand Prix tournament that's happening, hosted by Renee Paquette, and he put over a bunch of the women that are going to be on the show, saying how he's excited for it. And for those of you that don't know, the person organizing that event that even thought it up is John Moxley. Yep. So hopefully TK can be like, hey Mox, you want to help me book the women's division? And then
the way he said it too, if you go and listen to the call, the way he said it at the very start, he said some AEW women are going to be there, and then he started listing off people that had wrestled in AEW that are going to be there. But I think that was I'm telling you, man, I think we're going to see a surprise or two. And I'm going to go out on a limb, and maybe this is just me being a mark. I really hope it's Athena. We already going to have her husband on the card. We're traveling 8 hours and 24 minutes. For the love of God! Oh no! Wait, that's not Iowa.
That one's in Dayton.
Hold on, never mind. I'm mixing shows.
No, but still.
Either way, still.
That's gonna be an awesome day of wrestling. Emmy's coming with me, so she gets to see an awesome women's show, and she loves Athena. So if she shows up, that would be pretty cool.
I'd be happy.
Yeah, which all the women announced for it already. I'm already hyped for that tournament. Billy Starks, Allison Kay, Trisha Dora, Bert Vixen, Emi Sakura, Janai Kai. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I'm sure there's going to be more announced, but yeah.
I feel like you're listing off people that in 10 years we're going to be like, dude, you remember when we saw that fucking women's thing?
Yeah.
They were all there at once.
Yeah.
I love that your kiddo is going to be excited to see one of her favorites. I feel like that's going to be neat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we got to make a big, giant, nice, well-worded sign for her for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She is very, when I told her about that it's going to be like she was pumped when we went to the NWF All Women show. And now that we're going to another one, she's already like, yes.
And nothing taking away from the NWF All Women's show, but the
Yeah,
production
no.
at Revolver are going to add to this, and it's going to be a fucking spectacle.
Well, and it's something too where at Revolver you do kind of have the chance to see people that you see on national television every week.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. It's going to be so great. I'm just overly excited.
It's great to see the women's divisions and all these companies built up to the point to where we
Can't
can
wait to
have
see
an
you
event
too.
like this.
Yeah. Man, speaking of which, we got to think of something cool sign wise. I got some cardboard I got to bring home tomorrow. I can make some signs before we go. But we got to think of something great, man. We had the fucking perfect thing last time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know if we can hit gold like that again, but we need some ideas, man. We need some cool sign ideas. We need to think about this.
Wait for the card to come out, and we'll. I'm sure we'll think.
No, I'm talking about
for Saturday.
Iowa.
Oh, for Saturday.
Play the cards out, dude. Yeah.
Well,
I'll bring the big marker in the car. We can We can also brainstorm on the way.
I know. Well, first off, I do my signs with paint, but
do you do it with your pinky up?
Well, no. The reason I do it with paint over a Sharpie is it's easier than using a fucking Sharpie. You gotta like fucking.
No, I got that. Hey, brother, I use a Magnum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you need it.
Oh, I need it.
And I'll bring the jerky. Yes, please.
Oh.
I love beef jerky.
So wait, are you going to be in Iowa? You're bringing the jerky. Are you going to be in Iowa, Dave?
We got to stop and pick up Dave on the way.
Dave, we'll pick you up, take you to Iowa. Let's go to Iowa.
You can be our fourth.
Yeah.
Detour to Chicago. Yeah, man.
We do have
Meet me halfway.
Hey, man. Just join us on the road trip. It'll be awesome.
Road trip.
Hey,
I mean, if he's in Chicago, we could stop by the Pro Wrestling Tea Store, which is open from September 1st to September 3rd for retail.
And not have to pay $49.95 for shit.
He said,
Pick me up before you go. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Hey,
we're serious though. If you really want to go, man, hit us up.
Yeah, seriously. Like your tickets paid and everything. So yeah.
I already looked to see what it would be if we went that far, and it would only be like an extra half hour on our route.
What up, Michael Brown?
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, dude. So let's talk a little bit. We've been on here for a while, but I really want to talk about Saturday because I'm so excited for it. We get to watch Tommy Dreamer beat the ever living shit out of Damian Chambers, and I'm so pumped for it.
We need to clip this and tag Damian Chambers in it since he likes to tag us and shit. We can't wait to see you get your ass kicked. So
old ass Tommy Dreamer.
He's gonna fuck you up. And you know what? I'm gonna call you a pussy again. Live in the crowd. And I'm gonna hide after I say it.
Well, you know what, Mike Brown? Fight Plus is where it's at. If you can't be at the show, go watch on Fight Plus. Because you know what? You'll probably even see the dads. And
Fight Plus is only $7.99 a month, and you get your first month free, I think.
You get to hear the
week.
And you get to hear the commentary from lovely folks like Bork Dorkelson,
former guest of the show. And then you can see people performing like Jake Crest, former guest of the show. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of cool stuff going down at Revolver. And, you know, maybe you'll see a sight from Sammy Callahan, hopefully future guest of the show.
Now that, we announced Al Snow at the beginning of the show. Did we ever announce the other one?
No, go ahead. We don't have to tell a long ass story for this one, though.
No. We actually have on the books coming September 11th, formerly known as Aiden English, now known as Matt Reichholt.
Yeah, buddy.
Coming to the show. And
not only is he coming to the show, Mike is playing such a special thing. I'm not going to say, if he wants to tell it now, he can. But Mike has such a special thing planned for this. I almost think that we might be the first time to ever do this on a podcast.
A wrestling podcast, at least.
Good stuff.
Let's just say Matt and I have common interest.
Bro, this comment. Listen, Dave. No, we don't get paid by Fight Plus, but we really
Not
like
yet.
the service, and we'd love to get paid by Fight Plus. All they got to do is send us some codes, and we'll promote. I see certain pages like, oh, thanks to Fight Plus, we have a code to give away for this pay-per-view. We'll do that,
Yeah,
and we'll do more than a Twitter post. We'll make a video.
yeah.
Come on, Fight Plus.
And Eric will take his shirt off for it.
Yeah, Eric will straight take his shirt off, Bert Kreischer style. All for you guys. You
I'll do
know?
the truffle shuffle.
All right. Fight Plus. Free
I
truffle.
wish.
Stuff.
Yeah.
He has not yet reunited with Simon Gotch. I think that's about to happen, right?
House of Glory, Hog Wrestling.
Yeah.
The Vaudevillains.
It's pretty cool, man. I like to see old friends getting back together. So
Yeah, super cool.
be really cool, you know, if we can get Simon on at some point. We'll have to maybe reach out to him as well. I'll tell you one thing, man. That's something I will always recommend. Reach out, give it a chance. You never know.
Yeah, you never know,
Sometimes you
dude.
get no response. Sometimes
You know what?
you get a no, but sometimes you get a yes.
Worst they can say is no.
You know what's funny? We also have another guest to announce as well that I feel is of merit. And while we do give him a lot of shit, and we are looking forward to seeing him get his ass kicked, Damian Chambers is going to be on the show this next
That's
month.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Tuesday we got Tussle with a Revolver Rewind, and then on Thursday we're gonna talk with Damian Chambers. I mean, if he's able to,
Yeah.
jaw might be broken, but who knows?
So
Hopefully he's.
That's 1 month, dude.
Yeah.
That's Tussle. That's Chambers. That's Ray Holt. That's Al Snow in 1 month.
Doing pretty cool things, the DWO. Sniffs triumphantly.
Sniffs triumphantly.
Love it. See if it's Dave does have a condition.
Dave, buddy, that can't happen, bud. I'm driving.
I guess Dave's not coming.
Go
man.
straight Paul Walker.
Yeah, just Paul Walker. Too Fast, Too Furious.
Fast and Furious Paul Walker, not
My friend.
the end of the story Paul Walker.
Yeah, not the real life what happened. But dude, yeah, the Saturday is going to be awesome. Super pumped to do this road trip with you guys and be able to hold my head up straight and see some awesome wrestling on Saturday.
Say some prayers and eat some vitamins.
That's right.
I just sold 2 Corey Feldman tickets.
Awesome.
By the way, if anybody listening live wants to see Corey Feldman in Kentucky on September 23rd, hit your boy up at Wrestling T-Shirt Guy. Sorry.
More importantly, see a little band called Toy Box
Yeah, buddy.
at the historic Thompson House.
The place where
venue.
the Tommy gun was manufactured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of history there.
Yeah.
Cool venue too.
just
And Toy Box.
Okay,
does
I
not
think we can get
disappoint.
away with this. Will you hold his hand?
I had 10-2, bud. 10-2.
You can hold his hand.
Listen, I can only hold my phone and text vigorously.
While driving.
Yeah.
Just stare at it. I stare at my phone, not at you.
Yo, shit.
Guys,
this is gonna be a hell of a trip. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to it. Shout out to my
pumped,
wife, because my
Yeah.
car
Thank
needs
you.
new shocks. So Krista's saving our ass by letting us use the van.
Thank you.
And not have to cram into a Honda Civic for 9.5 hours.
Oof. Yeah, that'd have been rough.
My back hurts saying it.
No, you have to, like I said, Eric, you have to sit up front and scrunch it all the way up so you have as little room as possible because Mike needs his leg room.
It's my
He's got-
back, dude. I'm old.
Yeah.
Covered this.
We're
Bro,
gonna do that at some point and like do a recording of me like all scrunched up with Mike just in the back.
Like, my feet kicked
me
up.
driving and waving.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea for a GIF. Just
Right.
me driving by, waving while you're like
Well, this sucks.
Mike's kicked back, the side of the van door open, so we can see Mike in full leisure.
Oh,
Just a robe and the briefs.
Yeah, and keep an eye out too because we're planning on recording a lot of stuff on the way out there. Might do
Yeah.
almost
Well,
like a vlogish type
Yeah.
content coming out of this weekend?
I'll tell you this much. We're going to do a lot of shit. We were going to do something tonight, but we didn't get around to it about word association. We're going to do some fun games and shit on the way there.
It's going to be a good time, man. Cannot wait.
How? I'm howling.
Vlog, you say?
A vlog.
Yes, sir. You can do a dual vlog.
It's vlog, vlog,
podcast
vlog.
and the dads all together.
It's vlog, it's vlog. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
It's long, long.
It's better than bad. It's good.
Everyone needs a long. Gonna get home. Sorry.
Well, you fellas got anything else? Got any dad advice or anything like that, Cephas?
Yeah, man. Surprise your kids. Today I came home while they were expecting to just be in the house for the rest of the evening, and I pulled them out and we played soccer for the evening.
Heck yeah, man.
Make sure you surprise your kids. Have fun with them. Do something silly. Take them go get some yogurt. Take them go get some fucking toy or some shit, or I don't know, bake them a fucking pie or something. I don't know.
My kid's a little older, so I had both kids here tonight and just sitting down and having conversation. Just if I have any advice, is just sit back and soak it in and just take in the good times, because they're gone in the blink of an eye. Not the good times, but the kids' times.
I got a little one for you. If your kid ever asks to cook with you, let them, because that's some really cool memories, man. Like, just obviously you're the adult, so you can control what they do, but let them stir something for 10 seconds or whatever. Like, little stuff like that goes a long way.
Yep. And if they get out of line, the hot stove's right there to put their hand on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but also don't crack an egg on their head for TikTok.
Yeah, don't do that. That's
Don't
dumb.
do that. That's mean.
It's a waste of a good egg.
Did you see the one where the lady cracked the egg on her kid and she threw the whole cake batter in her face? She was just like, "Oh, what up?"
Hey, Courtney.
Well, I don't think I got anything else.
Oh, well, Dave does. Dave does. One last comment from Dave.
Oh, Dave does.
Surprise your kids today. Hit him with a bacon sheet. I really appreciate. I think he combined both of ours there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, God love you.
If that's what you took out of this conversation, then that's...
Hey,
really took it out of context, but hey, whatever works. Selective hearing, as it were. Well, as always, we have been the dWo podcast. I've been Big Rig Eric Maffey. He has been Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. He's been Wrestling T-shirt guy Cephas. And you can check us all out on all the socials. You can see them up top there. But if you're listening, at dWo_podcast, Facebook at the dWo podcast, TikTok at dWo_pod. Check out our merch, Pro Wrestling Tees, T Public, all kinds of good stuff on there. And if you happen to see this before Iowa and you're out there, say hi to us. We're going to be out there. We're nice guys. We like to talk to people.
We're going to have T-shirts and hats and fucking
We're going to have all kinds of stuff. And also, just in general, even if you're not going to be in Iowa and you want to talk to the dads, hit us up. We like to talk.
Yeah.
So,
a signed hat or shirt or something. We're not unapproachable. Send us a message. We'll draw on a shirt and send it to you right now.
Absolutely. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, Mr. Magnificent, buy the shirt. That's right.
And what he said. Kids, be nice to your mom.
Be nice to your mom. That's right. Till next time, Top Dads out.
Dad, World War.